So, you want to save for your child's education, and your advisor recommended a 529 plan. So which plan did they suggest? Each state has their own, some more than one, and you don't necessarily have to choose your own state's plan. Stay tuned. College savings, the 529 plan you'll likely have, and why it might not be the best, coming up. It's Jeff Drayton, Certified Financial Planner Professional and founder of Jeffrey A. Drayton Financial Planning and Wealth Management, LLC. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. And if you're watching this from the blog page of my website, fill out the contact form at the top of the page so that we can contact you when new content becomes available. Today's video was inspired by an article I recently read in the Washington Post titled, "How Some States Are Ripping Off People Who Are Trying to Save for College." It was written by University of Virginia law professor Quinn Curtis. I'll put a link to it below. It's a good article and I would highly recommend reading it. However, a point made is this. Of the several 529 plans available in this country, there is one that has approximately 20% of all the 529 assets. Why that is and whether it's in those many college savers' best interest is a central topic of the article. I'm going to speak specifically about Professor Curtis's article later in this video, but prior to that, I want to fill in a few details about how 529 plans work and some of what makes them unique. First up, what is a 529 plan? Well, 529s are tax advantage plans for college savings. Technically, they come in two types, college savings plans and prepaid tuition plans. The more common are the college savings plans, and in this video, those are what I'm going to talk about. The number of prepaid tuition plans is fewer, and some of those that exist aren't accepting new participants, and others are going away completely. So let's talk about 529 college savings plans. 529s are sponsored at the state level, which means there are a lot of them. Nearly every state has at least one, and some states have more than one. And guess what? You aren't necessarily required to use your own state's plan. Therefore, navigating the world of 529s is a bit complicated. How do you know which is the best plan for you? Well, to answer that, let me explain how 529s work. With a 529 plan, you invest your money after tax. There's no immediate federal tax incentive to invest in a 529. However, when your child, the beneficiary of your plan, begins college, you'll be able to withdraw the dollars in your 529 plan tax-free to pay for qualified higher education expenses. So, similar to the way a Roth IRA works for retirement savings, a 529 college savings plan allows you to save for college with after-tax dollars, but then gives you tax-free growth on that money when it is used to pay for college. That's a good deal. Now, although the tax treatment for 529s might be thought of as similar to a Roth IRA, the 529 college savings plans themselves are somewhat akin to a 401k. How so? Well, like 401ks, the 529 plans will give you a selection of investments from which to choose. With IRAs and most brokerage firms, your investment options are fairly wide open. Probably any widely traded stock or bond, mutual fund, exchange-traded fund, publicly traded real estate investment trust. In short, just about any common investment type is likely available to you in an IRA, at least with most brokers it is. That is not true in most 401ks, and likewise, neither is it true in 529 plans. There, you will generally have a pre-selected list of investment options, probably some group of mutual funds or something similar, and it is only from those that the participant can select. Each state's 529 college savings plan will have some list of investment options, and it will be from that list that you will be able to invest your college savings dollars. Is this necessarily bad? Well, no, some might even argue it's a strength, in that 529s are not simply sending average investors out into the sea of investment choices to try to navigate putting together the best portfolio to fit their college savings needs. As a matter of fact, many plans will allow you to choose from pre-selected portfolios that the plan managers have created to fit a variety of investing needs or investor types. These might be portfolios based on your risk tolerance or on the age of the beneficiary for whose college education these savings are intended to pay. But it does bring up an obvious point. You should select a 529 plan that has investment options that you like. And one consideration certainly is, what kind of expenses do the investment options in this plan contain? The downside is, once you've chosen your particular 529, you are now at the mercy of whatever investment options that plan offers. Another way that 529 plans are similar to 401ks is just like a 401k. The 529 plan itself is going to have some associated expenses, and this is for the same reason. Your employer likely does not run their 401k plan. They do have a fiduciary responsibility to their employees to select a plan custodian that is operating their plan in the plan participant's best interests. But your employer itself is not doing the day-to-day management of that plan. Likely that's not even the business they're in. Therefore, the management of their 401k is probably farmed out to some other company, the custodian of their plan. And whoever that company is charging fees to do so. Of course they are. That company has employees, and those employees get paid. But it should cause one to question, how much are those fees, and are they reasonable? 529 plans are the same. Each state will have selected a company to manage the plan, and that company is charging fees to do so. Chances are this is an expense that the plan participants are bearing. So in selecting a plan, you will want to know what the associated fees are and how they compare to other 529 plans from across the country. These are fees that go above and beyond those that are contained within the investments themselves, such as the internal expenses of the individual mutual funds that the plan offers. So on to Professor Curtis's article. What are some of the takeaways? Well, in 2018, Americans had approximately $318 billion saved in 529 college savings plans, and 20% of that total is in the College America plan run out of Virginia. Virginia's College America plan is a broker-sold plan, meaning if you go to a commissioned broker, there is a likelihood that this is the plan that he or she will recommend. Although Professor Curtis does point out that this plan is not the most expensive broker-sold plan available, he does say that the funds it offers are not among those that typically have the lowest fees. Furthermore, this plan generates $40 million annually, which Virginia uses to cover the expenses of its other 529 programs and put money into its prepaid tuition plan. That hardly seems to be in the best interest of the College America plan participants. And unfortunately, he also points out that this approach is not unique to Virginia. Other states have done similar things, such as using 529 college savings plan revenue to subsidize their prepaid tuition plans or run scholarship programs. Again, tactics that could hardly be seen as in the best interests of that plan's participants from whom this revenue is being generated. So what's a parent to do? Does this mean that all 529 plans are to be avoided? Well, no. The tax saving of 529 plans is real, and it should be something you look to take advantage of, especially if you are a middle to upper level wage earner. However, you are going to want to practice your due diligence. Two questions I would have of any 529 plan that I'm thinking of investing in are, what are the fees associated with the plan itself, and what are my investment options, likely mutual funds, and the internal expenses that those mutual funds contain? Investors should be getting efficiency in their savings. Don't worry, all is not lost if you feel you have selected the wrong plan. You can make a change. Investors are allowed to roll their assets from one 529 plan to another one time per 12-month period. If this is something you feel you should consider, my advice would be to contact the state's 529 plan custodian of the plan that you would like to move to for information on how to roll your current 529 plan assets into their plan. You're going to want to be careful to ensure that you make this transfer correctly and therefore do not inadvertently trigger a taxable event, possibly with penalties. One other point in selecting a 529 college savings plan. Although there is no immediate federal tax benefit for contributing to a 529, several states do offer a state-level incentive. This usually comes in the form of some kind of credit on your state taxes. It's possible that this credit is only available to you if you choose your own state's plan. These rules vary from state to state, so check with your own state's 529. If there is a state-level benefit available, questions I would ask are, do I qualify? Often not everybody does. And if yes, does the benefit require I use my own state's plan? If that is the case, you will want to make sure that the benefit justifies using that plan. Meaning, if it's a small benefit and I'm required to choose an otherwise not so great plan, you might still want to consider going someplace else. A final piece of advice in selecting a 529 plan or reaching any of your financial goals is, it's always a good idea to consult with your own personal, hopefully, certified financial planner professional. I'm Jeff Drayton. Thanks for watching. Hey everyone, as always, nothing in this video is meant to be specific advice for you. Advice like that can only be had by working with a financial planner, someone who knows you and your situation. I would encourage you to seek out someone who is a certified financial planner. This is signified by the letters CFP with the registered trademark sign following his or her name. I would also encourage you to work with a fee-only financial planner. The last two words, fee-only. Not fee-based, not fee plus commission. Both of those terms mean that the planner or advisor can receive commissions and is therefore not free of the conflict of interest inherent to commission sales. Again, I'm Jeff Drayton. Thanks for watching.